completely self-inflicted as the Blackhawks lose 5-1 to the Dallas Stars tonight. Yeah, 5-1. And it was completely self-inflicted. Horrible defensive play and costing them at this game. They were terrible. They were turning the puck over when they shouldn't, and it cost them the game. Stupid penalties, and they couldn't do something that they've had issues at this entire season. Where last game, they were excellent at having the face-off. They were terrible at it. It was self-inflicted. This game was horrible. They did not show up after the first period, and this cost them the game and make them drop 4 points out of the playoff spot. Look at the shots on net per period. In the first period, it was 12-16 in favor for the Blackhawks. In the second period, 14-8 in favor for the Dallas Stars. In the third period, 8-15 in favor for your Chicago Blackhawks. Total shots on net, 34-39 in favor for the Hawks. But it's not enough. All goals against this game were self-inflicted, costing them this game. They turned the puck over too many times. It burnt them. They were terrible, and they did not show up after that first period where they were excellent in. Let's look at the faceoffs. As I said, they were horrible at it because they were. 42% of the time at the dot tonight, the Hawks won at it. That's unacceptable if you're trying to race for the playoffs. To the Stars, 58% of the time at the dot. Yeah, you're in a hunt for the playoffs, and you're doing this late in the season. It's going to cost you the final playoff spot. Right there is unacceptable. Turning the puck in the way they did was horrible. They cost themselves 2 points and now drop 4 points behind Nashville in the final playoff spot for this race. So let's get into the goals of the game, because Dallas put up 5 and we only got 1, and we had 39 shots. Why is it when we shoot the most in games this season, we don't score? It's ridiculous. They got shut out the other game, 2 games ago, when they put 41 shots on net. And now they put 39 on net, and they couldn't get at least 2. They only scored 1. So let's get into the goals of the game. In the first period, on the power play, because Ryan Carpenter, with his first penalty of the game, leads to Rope Hintz scoring his 12th of the season, assisted by Ben and Pavelski. This goal was a rebound goal for Hintz to go top shelf on Lakeinen, making it a 1-0 game 10 minutes into the game. Carpenter got called for a penalty, led to a power play for the Stars. Stars were moving the puck well. Then Pat Foley then said, the Stars have only scored 1 power play goal against us in about 15 power plays against the Hawks this season. You don't say something like that and then they score on the power play. So Hawks go down early in 10 minutes into the game to Rope Hintz power play goal. But the Hawks score. They score. And they get it tied up at 14:05 in the first period. Scored by number 8, Dominic Kubalik. Assisted by Vinny Hinostroza and Philip Kurashev. That's Kubalik's 14th of the season. And this goal was all set up by good board play by Kurashev, Puck comes loose, gets it to Hinostroza. Hinostroza sees Kubi, and Kubi buries it. We're tied, and no goals were scored after that in the first period. Hawks had all momentum, or should I say they did. We have a power play and go into the second period. Hawks are on the power play with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, but then Dylan Strome gets called for a penalty, 4-on-4 hockey, and this happens. At 1:13 in the second period, Jason Robertson scores his 9th of the season on 4-on-4, assisted by Rope Hintz and Esa Lindell. This goal was all because Nikita Zadorov turns the puck over in the defensive zone to Lindell. Lindell feeds it to Hintz. Hintz gets it to Robertson, and Robertson buries it to make a 1-goal lead, 2-1 Stars. And the goal scoring is not over yet, because at 14:02 in the second period, on the power play, because Ryan Carpenter throws the puck right over the glass, delay a game penalty on the power play, the Stars go. At 15:47 in the second, at 14:02 in the second period, Miro Heiskanen scores his 6th of the season, assisted by Ben and Rope Hintz to make it a 3-1 game. This goal makes it a 2-goal game, and the Stars are not done scoring yet. Because, as I said, at 15:47 in the second period, Blake Como scores his 2nd of the season, assisted by Andrew Cogliano. This goal was all because Duncan Keith had the puck on the blue line in the offensive zone. Keith loses an edge. It gets turned over right to Cogliano. He feeds it up to Como for the breakaway. He scores his 2nd of the season to make it a 4-1 game. And that's his 1st of the night, I should mention. Hawks are now down by a total of 3 going into the third period. So we go into the third period. Hawks make a costly decision. Bad change of line. Boquist goes off the ice, leading to Duncan Keith being all alone in the defensive zone. And Blake Como scores in 50 seconds into the third period for his 2nd of the night, 3rd of the season, assisted by Rope Hintz to make it 5-1 Dallas. A lot of costly mistakes tonight led to tonight's action. It was completely self-inflicted on the way the Hawks played. That's unacceptable. It was one of the worst games they've had all season. If they want to make the playoffs, play smart, get your act together, and battle for the playoffs. Because right now, I'm not seeing it in this team. So get your act together and battle for the playoffs. So down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts were on tonight's action, because it was completely self-inflicted in my opinion. And thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I know you did not enjoy the outcome. I know I didn't. And most of all, get your act together and let's go Hawks.